guys, so it is the first Saturday of the month, and that means that it's USPSA Day. So I am on the way out right now. It's like a 20-25 minute drive, so I've got a little bit of time to spare, and I'm just gonna sit here and talk. So for those of you who are concerned about driving and talking in the car at the same time, this is pretty much no different than me talking to somebody who's a passenger. And actually, eye contact with you is significantly easier because you're right in front of the road. So, as I said, I am on the way to USPSA. We're going out to Wabash Valley Rifle and Pistol Club out by Brookston, Indiana. And I'm trying something a little bit different today. Today, I'm running carry optics. Builder Shooter is not with me. Typically speaking, we both run production. We kind of do that twofold. We do that to get our production qualification in, find out, what level we shoot at, but also as kind of a heads up between the two of us. It's just fun to have a buddy with you and to kind of, go head to head with him. But he is not coming today. He's got some other stuff that he's got to do, so I am running solo. So I figured that I would take this chance to get the P10F out with the US Optics DRS mounted on top. I've been practicing a lot this past week and a half or so with that setup to try to get proficient in it. Not a lot of trigger time to be taking it to a match, but since I'm not that good anyway, I figured what the hell. So my goal today is, as always, it stands at top third of the field. So if there's 60 people in the field, I want top 20. If there's 45 people in the field, I want top 15. So we'll kind of see where I fall on that. A lot of the better shooters aren't coming this time around. I mean, there are a lot of good shooters, don't get me wrong, and it's not going to be, anything special for me, but I know quite a few of the upper Bs and the A-class shooters are not going to be there this time around. So that'll give me a little bit of space in there, but at the same time, it'll also make a higher placement a little bit sadder because I didn't have them in front of me taking up spaces. So it's almost like a false win there, but that's all right. I'll still take it. I'm cheap like that. So we're going out again. Top third of the field is what I'm aiming after. They sent the courses out a couple of days ago, and actually maybe yesterday, and they look pretty fun. There are quite a few really good moving field courses here, and I'm hoping that I don't run into the same problems as I usually run into. I've got to focus on my starting. Typically I start really kind of lazy. Not lazy, I actually push it too far. I just try too hard. I try for speed rather than accuracy, and that tends to hurt me. I never speed up throughout the day, but because I'm shooting cold, my accuracy on the first courses isn't where it should be, so I tend to go a little bit too quick for the accuracy that I can actually make. So I'm going to try to focus on not doing that today. Again, I'm running a dot, so I've got to really focus on that draw and presentation to try to make sure that I get that dot in my window right off the bat and I'm not hunting for it. I do not have co-witnessing sights today, so that may end up hurting me. I'm not 100% sure. We will have to see on that just how I do. But if I lose the dot completely, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to find it again because I don't have co-witnessing sights that I can see. I really think CZ on the stock optics ready units, they need to make their sights about 1/8 of an inch higher. 1/8 of an inch taller would make them roughly co-witness sights on the shorter dots. Like the DRS sits really low, so 1/8 of an inch more would give me actual workable sights. But I digress. In the meantime, let's go ahead and run out to Wabash Valley Rifle and Pistol Club, and let's get this thing started. I'll see you there. All right, guys, so we're here at the first stage. So this stage is a little bit on the rough side for starts, but the thing I'm excited about with carry optics is I have 19 round magazines. So hopefully this will be a little bit easier. The other guys are gonna have at least 3 mag changes. I'm hoping to get it in 1, so we'll see if I can pull that off. But the rough part is, so we've got this bunch down here, then we have to run down this way and come back around and go up front here. And the ones up front, there are, see, I'll have 20 rounds in the gun at that point, and I've got 18 shots, including steel. I'm running a dot, so hopefully I won't miss the steel. I did pretty good last time on the steel, but I wasn't running a dot last time, so we'll see how that goes. But let's get to it.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Guys, we just finished up the first one. I actually succeeded this time. I slowed down, took my time with my shots. The dot is very nice. I'm trying to take humble marksman's advice and shoot the streak instead of shooting the dot, waiting for the dot to settle. Not so good with that. It's really hard to time that so that it shoots a streak instead of the dot, but I think I did pretty well. I got a 5-something hit factor, which is relatively high for me. As I said, I usually aim for like 3s and 4s. So first time out hitting 5, not bad. I should just get better through the day as I get more comfortable with the dot. I did, upon the draw, of course, I lost the dot, so I had to search for it a little bit. That slowed me down a little bit, but overall I'm happy with it. As I said, it should just get better through the day, so we'll see. On to the next.
Aim, put your head when you're ready. Stand by.
Alright guys, so I just finished with the classifier on this one. I'm going to talk to you while I'm loading mags. So I just finished with the classifier and did pretty good. I got a 13-something hit factor. It doesn't... Come on, camera. I mean, that doesn't... It's kind of cheating a little bit because it's a really quick course. Classifier hit factors, or yeah. I've noticed they're typically higher than the lower ones, so... But a 13-something, I'm happy with it. I could have, man, this picture's really dark. Sorry about that, guys, but I can't do a whole lot about it because it's bright and sunny out here, and I'm in the shade, and I'm staying in the shade for a couple. So, I had problems finding my dot on the second round, which is unfortunate. For as much as I practiced finding the dot when I drew, that wasn't fun, but I'm good. Nope, not that mag. Grabbed my second mag apparently instead of my first. Oh well. But so yeah, I'm happy with it. I need to work still on my draws and finding my dot right off the draw. But overall, I'm happy. I'll be okay with it. Should get me a decent first score on carry optics. So yeah, we'll see. Again, that's our second one, so now we've got another course. I believe this next one has a Texas star. We'll start with the dots. Let's see how it goes. See you there.
Shooter ready? Stand by.
thing. Okay, so just finished the fourth stage, I think, that we were on. Third, I don't know anymore. So did not do as well on that one. My hit factor was back down to the 3s. I couldn't see the dot, and that's something that I'm noticing a lot with this sight. The dot is really not bright enough for outdoor use. It's great indoors, but in the outdoors, the 2 MOA dot is just tiny. So we'll toss that on the review of the DRS when I get around to it, but it is noticeably tiny and noticeably dim compared to some of the dots I've seen. You can see it flash across the window, and you can miss it in broad daylight. So again, not too great on this one. I'm still okay with it. I still did all right, but I could do better. So
stand by.
Record me? Sorry, you're doing more work than I am today.
All right, Mick, ready. Yep. Shooter ready. Stand by. Show clear. If clear, slide down, hammer down, and hold.
All right, guys, so I did a little bit better on that one. However, I dropped a mag in the mud, so I gotta clean a mag real quick. But hit factor was in the 6s that time around, so I'm all right with that. By the way, this is the exact reason that you bring stuff to be able to clean mags out at the range. Typically speaking, just a big dry brush. Run it through there, because it got mud down in there. It's all over the ground and got on the follower. So anyway, did better that time around. Still not as good as I had hoped. I did get a no shoot, just one though. So I guess that's a win. I made up the shot though. Thing I've noticed about the dot is it is it's way easier to call a shot with the dot than it is with iron sights. So I knew right when I pulled the trigger that I missed it, and I missed low. Made it super easy to make it around. So now I just gotta load mags. We got two more after this one.
Stand by. Ready? Stand by. Clear. Slide down, hammer down, and holster. Range is clear. 2542.
Hey guys, fancy seeing you. It's loud from over here. Okay, so now that he's done, so I just finished up this stage. Hit factor was in the high 5s. It was okay. I pulled some shots. I'm trying to do better at shooting the streak, but it's getting me some Charlies, which is fine. I mean, I did one makeup round, I think. Didn't get a no-shoot, so that's good. Had a couple of optimal spots for no-shoots and didn't get one. So, I do need to work on my magazines. I pulled it really close on this one, as you notice, because I did a makeup shot, and I had I had a makeup shot, and it took me 2 shots to get the steel, so took out my spare. But pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. I think I'm gonna place. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any predictions because it's, you know, everybody else might be on their game too. But I'm doing pretty well today. I'll be happy, I think, with whatever I get. Lots of good shooters out here. My squad is packed. I'm actually in a squad with the owner of Applied Ballistics, dropping rounds, the firing range that I go to. So that's fun, getting to hang out with him for a bit. It's always nice to be able to hang out with like really good shooters. They give you tips. They don't give you crap when you mess up. And nobody gives you crap when you mess up, let's be honest. Shooters are some of the best people to go out and shoot with. And since, I mean, yeah, we're shooting against each other technically, but nobody really cares. Everybody wants everybody else to do as good as they can. At least at my level they do. Like maybe the top 5 guys are really competitive and give them each other crap, but at my level, everybody just wants you to do the best. So, not to sound too like millennial about it. Everybody, you know, there are no losers. No, that's I feel like I lost if I don't hit my goals. So there is that. But yeah, we got 1 stage left. Just checking mags, making sure I got full ammo. So we got 1 stage left, and then it's time for cleanup.
Side. Yep. You ready? Stand by.
Alright guys, so that was our last one. I got a 5-something hit factor on that one. Doing okay today. I mean, the dot kind of helped, but I'm definitely going to have to get a new dot because that thing is dim in full sunlight like this. Like, it's bright out, but US Optics, there's no excuse for that. Like, it's hard to see in sunlight, and it is turned all the way up as far as I can get it. So they'll be getting well, that'll go in the review for that. But in the meantime, we got to finish up here. I got to go up. I got to paste you some last things. We got I think like four more shooters today. Then we got to clean everything up. So I'll talk to you guys and give you kind of a summary in the car ride home. Alright guys, cleanup is done. I'm back in the car now. We got all cleaned up. Takeaways from the day. Dots are fun, and they do, I don't know, I found the dot easier than iron sights. That's just me. That's probably why I'm not going to place as well in carry optics as I normally do in production. I don't expect to place as well in carry optics. As for the entire field, I'll probably do about the same, I think. A few more of the good shooters showed up today than I thought were going to, so that's cool. Yeah, overall, I'm pleased. A couple of takeaways of equipment-wise. The CZ P10F. This is my first time running it in competition, and it was awesome. I really, really like that gun. I still got to work on presentation a little bit and mag swaps. My mag changes were slow, and the nice thing about carry optics is because you have so many rounds, you can place your mag changes in positions where you have the time to do it. Very rarely are you hurried unless it's like a qualifier or something, but you will notice it on qualifiers. It's harder than on a SPO1. The mag well isn't quite as wide. Because the frame isn't metal, it's just not quite as forgiving. So that's something to look at as far as that goes. The US Optics DRS. So here's a couple of my takeaways on that, and I'm going to talk about this in the review, which will probably be coming out in the next month or so. So the size, window size, awesome. It's a very good window size for kind of like both competition and carry. It's not so big as to make it weak or anything, but it's not small either. It's a good window size. Dot size, the 2 MOA dot is small. They need to come out with a larger dot size on that, I think. Personal preference. But a byproduct also of that small dot size is that the dot is extremely dim, especially on sunny days like this. It's a beautiful day out here in Indiana, and I was having problems catching the dot. You could actually watch it. It was hard to catch your attention when it was crossing the window. So those are my two takeaways today on the DRS. Or my one takeaway is dot size. Second takeaway, the turn-off time on the DRS is approximately 3 hours. I turned it on at 10 o'clock, right around 10 o'clock when we were getting ready for our first match, and it turned itself off at 1 o'clock. Not cool, US Optic. I mean, it's one thing to have kind of an auto off, but the auto off shouldn't auto off if it's moving. It should have a sensor in there to keep it from turning off while you're moving. Because if you want it to use as anything, I mean, especially a carry optic, like to have to turn a carry optic on every 3 hours is insane. Now, I don't know what they mean by dynamic in there. DRS stands for dynamic reflex sight. I don't know what the dynamic stands for, but apparently it ain't carry. And honestly, in a competition, if I'm running in the middle of a match and it turns off on me, that's insane too. So US Optics, get that fixed, and that's unacceptable in my book. I'll still run it probably on a couple of competitions until I can replace it, but I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's a $280 paperweight at this point. It's going to have to go on a plinking gun because I can't trust it on a carry gun or a competition gun to not shut off in the middle of a match or while I'm carrying it. So there's my little rant against US Optic for now. Again, that'll show up a little bit more in the review, but I will get back with you guys later on today once the scores come out. That'll be in a couple hours, so we'll see you then. Hey guys, so it's been a couple of days now. The scores are out, and something pretty cool. I got, there were 60 shooters on the field on Saturday, and there were 10 in carry optics, and I got 13th overall and 2nd in carry optics. Now, everybody in carry optics was unclassified or unqualified or whatever. They were unclassed like I was, so except for the one guy that beat me, and he is a master in carry optics, and I got 67% of his points, so not too bad. I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with the 13th out of 60. I'm really happy with that. I think that one to me is a bigger metric than the 2nd in carry optics. Just there weren't that many people in carry optics there, but to know that I did pretty well my first outing with a dot, it makes me really happy. I didn't think that I was going to do that well. If you look back at some of the excerpts in there, I didn't think I was going to place that well, or at least not much better than normal. Normally, I place like just outside the top third, so I would hit like 22, 23. To jump up 10 spots by shooting an optic I was pretty happy with it. I think I'm still trying to decide if I want to stick with carry optics or what I want to do. So, you know, we'll kind of play with it. We'll figure out what I want to do. I am in talks for a new dot, so you'll kind of see how that goes. And other than that, though, I mean, you know, you guys will just see. But yeah, so that's it.
thanks guys for sticking around for this whole thing. I know it was kind of long, but I kind of like doing these vlog style videos for you guys with competition because not everybody gets a chance to do competition, and it might be fun to see what they're like, or if you're just getting into them, it might be fun to see what, you know, how people handle them and kind of the flow of things. So that being said, I appreciate every one of you, and until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.